Hey, it's AAA. Welcome to another Streamathon segment, ranking every task in Among Us, including Airship. Those of you who don't know, my early days of Twitch, first couple streams were collaborative Among Us with other streamers. It's been a while since I've done it, but I do genuinely love this game through and through. So we're going to rank the tasks, starting with Leaves. I am fine with the Leaves tasks, however, I was ruined for it when I started noticing that on the the original map, not Polis, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the original ship. You can get this task twice. That immediately drops it down. It's a fine task, but the fact you have to pull it twice sometimes, because you can get it twice, not a fan. Weapons, A tier. Best of the OG tasks, maybe. It's active. Click, 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 click. It's fun. It's pretty easy. This one used to be better. This used to be about a B tier. Mid-B tier. But when they changed the way your cursor is inside of the tasks menu, drop lower. This used to be an S tier task. It is now only A tier because of the change that I'm talking about. Where on PC you're bounded into that box. You can't leave the box with your cursor. A tier, gonna be low A tier because of that change. Alignment. We'll put it high C. No, low C. It's boring. It's not an actively bad task. Just not interesting. I'm also going to think this is probably going to end up in low B. High B is going to be this is 1, 2, 3 circles from electrical. I think it's a good task. The fact you can speed it up by, clicking the button until it's in a quick alignment for you, dig it. Pulling the leaves. Trying to insert them into there. F tier task. It's floaty, it's glitchy. And there was for a little bit where it I don't know if this is still a thing, it would pull you into the wall and auto-confirm crewmates. That sucked. Vent task. Lower C than this. It's boring. It's just you click things in a box. I do like that it has interactions. I forgot that it has the interaction where, like, if someone's in the vent, it pops them out of the vent. We'll put you in B tier. I changed my mind. This one's getting higher rated just because people don't know that this is a common task, or they'll stand on this thinking it's wires. Thinking it's a common task, or not knowing it's a common task rather. But the main thing is people will stand on this thinking it's wires. I've gotten out multiple imposters this way. It's a C tier task because it's literally just flick a knob, but higher C because of positive memories. Fuel, D tier. Low D. It's not a broken task, but it's up there because it makes you travel across the map, and especially on Polis, I'll just get you killed. Vials. Above, guiding the ship, worse than vents. It's a weight task. I don't like them. A tier. Shields. Shields became the new numbers because Shields doesn't have the weird locked into the box. Align the dot. Low B tier. Actually, no. C tier. It's too bad to be in B tier. It's literally just move the dot over, and if someone with diplopia, it sucks. Also, it's boring and it sucks. Med scan. A tier. But you're like, Trip, med scan and clear suck. Yeah, they do. But they add a whole nother level of meta to the game if you're clever. Faking med scans, if you can pull it off, it's great. It adds more gameplay to the game, which I think makes it an A tier. Which is making me think weapons gets S tier. I'm thinking of some airship tasks. There's 2 airship tasks that I know are going up here. I think weapons is going to end up being low S tier. Simon Says, it's long. It's my only problem with this task. I like the task, but it's long. High B. It would be A if it were shorter. Card swipe. I love card swipe. It's so satisfying if you get it nice on first try. It makes you feel so good about yourself. It's slick, it's clean. Am I going to put MedScan in S tier because of its gameplay implications? No, I don't think so. Because it was going to be a B tier, but it moved up a tier because of its interactions. Just like this would be a C tier, but it's a B tier because of its interactions. And weapons is technically a task that has interactions as well. Download. Mid B. It's a good task. Great as an imposter to use for excuses, because it moves you around the map. Similar to this one, but most people don't utilize this one as much as they utilize this one. Also, it has a bit of meta element to it, which moves it up a tier from C, because you can use it strategically. Wires. Low A tier. I really like wires, but it has the same problem as numbers. Numbers would be an S tier, but it's got the weird bounding box. Wires doesn't have it as badly, but it does still have it. But it's more active than these tasks. You know what? I think circles gets to be low A tier, because it is a really good task. I like this. I enjoy doing this task. And I think that's what's going to be important, is enjoying it. It having gameplay effect. We'll move it up. This is weapons on Polus. No, sorry, that's a line to telescope. It's boring. High C. Also, this gets moved down to here. This is low C. I don't know why I had it over here. Tanks. I'm putting it down in D, because not only is it boring, it also used to be bugged. You could get it so your second air tank didn't appear in the early days when I played. And I hated that. D tier. Maze. High A tier. Along with the satisfying tasks. I guess that's kind of what I've made, is I've got the satisfying tasks. Gameplay, like meta impacting tasks, go up one. I stand by that. Keys. Keys sucks. It's a meta task, which you would think would move it up, but it would be a D tier if it weren't for the fact that since it only exists as a common task, it's a do and forget task that it just doesn't need to be there. Just have an interesting task up there instead, or make the map common. It's just, I hate keys. I've always hated keys. To be fair, I never get caught meta-wise on keys. I've caught people meta-wise on keys. But also you just have unaware players who don't think to check for keys. Levels. It's going to be mid-C. Better than alignment, worse than this one. For some reason, this one also takes an oddly long time for what it is. This one is probably one you would see coming if you've watched me play Among Us. Wheels is the lowest of F tier. It might get its own. You know what? Let's do something. Can I add a row? Add row below. You are going to be colored gray. You're going to be... This is remove tier. Remove rework. FF. Or F minus. AKA F minus. Keys needs a rework. Wheels is still broken. It's still broken. You can have an unwinnable game for Tassis crewmate because of the wheels. If you're too fast or you do it wrong. And how the game does it. Remove rework, aka F minus. Flip the internet. Low B. Low B. Huh? Yeah. These weight tasks I don't like, but they're not actively bad. Numbers. Specifically, temperature. Lava temp is a good task. It's going to go right below circles. This one's boring, but not actively bad or harmful. Water. Water's a good task. High B. It would be a C, but it's a B because of its... People will forget the second part of jugs. If you see them do jugs, watch them. See if they'll do the second part of jugs. I like tasks that make me think for them like that. I like it. Card scan. It's a worse card swipe. The ID pass. But where does it go? I'm going to put it right here. Also, I think you're a good task. No, you're not. I'm torn with Vent. Because I've never actually seen Vent occur. So it should be up here, but it's so situational that it's going to stay down here. Gems. I don't actually like gems. Probably because of my diplopia, so I really struggle to get them perfectly aligned in the boxes. It's annoying. This gem, that's artifacts. Gem, which is the construct. I actually kind of like this one. It'll go above move the ship. Actually, above card, above move the ship. Think like that. By the way, these are like just based off my feel in the moments. I've been streaming for like almost 4 hours, so it's subject to change. I really don't like the vending machine. Low tier. You know, I'm actually going to put this down here as well, because you should not be able to get this twice. Remove, rework, F tier. F minus tier, for being a remove/rework required. I don't mind this task. I do mind this task, actually. It's not like this one where it takes you all over. It's not like this one where it's actively boring, lures you in a place to die. This one's kind of like this one, where you're just standing still looking at an animation, waiting to get sniped in the back. And it's not even a fun task. And also it's kind of ambiguous because the drawings suck. Now we're on to some of the fun tasks. We've got airship and Mira tasks now. Are all that's left. I don't think this is a good task either. Low C tier for the click the button. One input. I'm not a fan of one input tasks, as you can tell from this list. Medbay is only up here because of its gameplay value. Otherwise it'd be down here. Number, like enter in the ID card. It's better than these. Doesn't deserve to be a C. It'll be in here with B. It's a better version of this. It's better of this. I don't actually mind the return to them later tasks all that much, is what I'm realizing. I thought I would. Oh, this cursed version of download. It's pretty looking, so it gets to go in A tier. That's why. That's it. It's just cool looking. This is the worst of the return to them later tasks. It makes you go so incredibly far to come back. Sorting the rocks. This one is high D. I think it's fine once you actually know what goes in what box, but I've played with so many new players who have no idea what goes in where, and it holds up a whole round teaching them in the meeting how to do it. Water the plants. The references via the plants are kind of cute, but it's another one input task. But it's better than those. It goes in mid-C. Now we are in the creme de la creme. We are in airship tasks. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Plunger. High A. It's a fun task that makes a silly noise. Actually, no, it's going to be like mid-A. Better than current version of numbers. The shower's a B. It's kind of a funny task, which gives it points, but it's really not. It's kind of a it's almost a one input button task. You know, I guess it is. So by that logic, down here you come, and you're worse than the plants. You're over here. I do quite enjoy the negatives as well. It's one of the better drag and drop tasks. It's going right here. Dressing up the person. S tier. Low S tier. Because it's cute, it's silly, it's fun. There's occasionally there's an eye patch sometimes. It's lovely. The eye patch definitely elevated it from A to S tier. I'm not taking this one super seriously. I'm just enjoying this list. The garbage needs a rework. You can get this soft locked. It's not as bad as water wheels. It's gonna go right here. You can get soft locked in this one. Currently, my favorite task in the game is Showerhead. And I'll tell you why. It's like Numbers used to be, and like Shields kind of is, where it's a task you can master, kind of like Maze. Actually, yeah, Maze goes up. I love Maze. I don't know why I had it so much lower. There, no, that's better. It's like Card Swipe where you can master it, but it's more oddly satisfying because there's not some... Where this one, it kind of feels floaty, it's not entirely in your control. This one's entirely in your control, and if you pull it off, it's great. Building a burger. S tier as well. It's fun. It's silly. It's a good task. Takes right around the right amount of time. Pillows. Just below weapons. Slightly worse than weapons. Shine the gem. C tier. It's boring. It's one of the few... It's one of the tasks I don't like doing because it's just shake my mouse aggressively. I'm actually going to put it in D. I think it's my least favorite task that doesn't actively have a problem with it. It's just aggressively shake my mouse, and I don't like it. Guns. Right there. Guns is on here twice. Oh, it's pistols and rifles. They're about the same to me. They're right there. They're better than these, like... than the ID pass or the card where you're just typing in. Actually, no. They're going right behind the type in. Because I actually like typing in the number. Which is weird, I know. Pistols is slightly... rifles is better than pistols, because... pistols, sometimes you can, like, not quite be on it just right. Switch maze. Oh, I really don't like switch maze. I think it's the worst non-broken task. I believe they fixed this. I believe they fixed the bug with this. That's why it's not down here. This one, I just hate it. But another one I love, VHS tape. It's like Showerhead, slightly... they're really close. I think I stand by that. It's slightly worse, because there's a little bit input delay on when it stops. Whereas this one, I feel like you can learn to master it in one hit every time, and it's so satisfying once you've done it. Folders was broken for a while. It's fixed now. But it's not a bad task. It's just kind of stand in a room and do a thing. I'm going to put it below gems, above below negatives, rather, above guidance. Wheel alignment. Frick this task. It's one of those one input ones, but it's also a lineup one that is awful. It just... I hate it. You know what? Actually, it also has the same problem I have with this one, where it's stand in a place and die. So I guess it's... Oh my god, it's all the way down here. I didn't realize how strong of feelings I had on these tasks until I was doing it. Reveal code. Needs a rework or change. I don't like it. I don't like that you actually have to out-of-game remember it. As someone with actual diagnosed memory issues, not a fan. The safe also sucks, because it doesn't always work right. So it's coming down here. Because it doesn't always work right. I like this a lot. There we go. That is, yeah, I kind of stand by this. So, off the top of my head, my Among Us task tier list before the release of the new map is showerhead, burger, cassette tape, weapons, towels, dress up as S tier, followed by maze, med scan, card swipe, shields, toilets, numbers, 1 to 3 wheels, or 1 to 3 circles, whatever you want to call it. I typically just call it circles. Temperature, cell reception, improved download. Water jug, Simon Says, wires, oh sorry, that was A tier before. B tier is jugs, Simon Says, wires, download, rocket, vent, crystal, negatives, folders, guidance, ID code, rifles, pistols, ID card, or ID pass, whatever you want to call it, vials, Wi-Fi, anomaly. Then in C tier we have telescope. We've got divert power. We got the levels, artifacts, water the plants, shower, alignment. I don't even know what that last one's called. That one's called dot in the middle. Blimps or whatever on Mira. Weather balloons, I think, actually. Then artifacts from Mira. Oxygen. Fuel. Vending machine. Align wheel. Clean the gem. F tier, we have get the leaf in the hole. Lever maze. And then our F minus tier, aka ones that I just think need a rework or to be removed. Keys, because it's a terrible task and it's an early game metagaming task, which I think is fine, but the problem is it has no purpose other than that, unlike the other tasks that have meta elements. Though I do like the keychain. That's why it's the highest one, is I think it's the best of the broken. Garbage, because you can soft lock. The code, because you have to remember it out of game, which is really hard for someone with, you know, like I have actual memory issues, so I sometimes have to take notes in Among Us, like with Chicken Scratch, because of my memory issues. I don't want to have to try and remember a task between things. I hate it. Safe, because it's buggy. Trash, because you can get it twice and have to double pull. And then wheels, because you can literally just stop and break the game entirely by making it so crewmates can't win. That's my tier list. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you're excited for the new map and what tasks you think that'll have. I certainly am. Bye-bye.
Hello, what's happening? It's that man in black and green. Sometimes sweet and saccharine. Sometimes he be as mad as me. Insanity.